Hey, good evening everybody. Welcome back to the Workbench. Hope you're having a great week. As you can see from the pictures that I put before this video, had some in progress of basically 2-3 hours of sanding one day and another couple hours of sanding the next before I put about 3 light coats of primer on this and sanded it some more. The body, I got it as best as I could get it, but for what I plan on doing with it, it's, to me, just perfect. So I wanted to kind of show you what I got here. This is what I'm with Friday evening, and after watching the video on YouTube for about the 400th time, it just keeps getting better every time I watch it. And at the same time, I keep seeing little details that I want to do with this kit. So I'm going to try and go as far as I can with it, and then show it off. As you can see, in the comments, the last video I had, one person nailed it right away when I gave the hint of Dennis Hopper. So if you're still in the dark as far as what I'm doing, if you see right here, this is the 67 Corvette that appeared in the movie from, I believe, 1980 or 1981 called King of the Mountain, which starred Dennis Hopper and Harry Hamlin. I'm talking about the Mulholland Drive road racing scene. Very illegal, but it was there. There was a couple of videos, what do you want to call it, documentaries on the road racing scene out there, the canyon runners and what have you. His character was loosely based on a real-life individual. The name escapes me right now, but this was his car. In the movie, I'm trying to remember because it's been a while since I watched it. I've only seen the snippets that are on YouTube, but he was a street racer until he wrecked this Corvette. This was his car. He wrecked it, he rebuilt it, and he was there racing everybody else, racing Harry Hamlin's character, always trying to push him to be the king of the mountain himself. And he was just a live wire, a loose cannon, if you will. And of course, he and the Corvette at the end of the movie met an untimely demise. But I'm trying to replicate the car as best I can. To that end, I took the body after I had sanded it, and I hogged out the front wheel wells, did the same with the rear, okay, and then I flared the fenders, and then did just a skim coat of testers, or not testers, Tamiya putty, and then sanded that down as best I could. Did another light sanding on the body with 3200 grit, like that was going to make it nice and smooth. And then I finally went on ahead and did another light coat of primer. Once that dried, I looked at the videos best I could and tried to do the red. I'm using the TS8 Italian red for this. I tried to do as best I could around the car, mimicking what was on the real car. I might still have to touch it up a bit, but other than that, I'm going to sand it just lightly to kind of blend some of these areas in, especially around here. The car is pretty much a wreck that he drives it, but it's a fast car, and yet I'm kind of at a crossroads. I'm going to be asking for your help on this too. For starters, the car doesn't have bumpers in the back, so I'm going to keep the bumpers off the back. The pictures that I've seen and in the video, the rear tail lamp section here has a little bar right in the middle, so I'm going to replicate that with some sheet, or yeah, like square tube styrene, real thin piece. I'm going to put that in there and just kind of detail that a little bit. The gas cap filler is empty, so I drilled that out. There is no rear window, so I'm just going to do a little bit of black detail around that to replicate like a window seal. It does have a roll cage in the car. Everything in the car is very basic black. The engine itself, it's the 427, and while this is the tri-carb setup, or you could do it as a blower with twin carbs, I am going to go with the single carb setup. Problem is, the carbs that came with the kit are not detailed at all, so I'm trying to find a 1/12 scale carburetor that would fit this. Probably a Holly, most likely a Holly, but still The other things I'm looking for on this car, I've still got to find headlights for the front. As you can see here, I just did sheet styrene and just kind of cut them to fit. I have to drill out holes for the headlights, but I have looked in my parts boxes and I can't find anything. So tomorrow I'm gonna make a run over to my local hobby shop and see what they've got for kits that, yeah, I can just buy a kit and pull the headlights out of them. Maybe I'll pull something from my stash where I can kind of drill out the headlights and sand them, paint them, and then just glue them to that. I also need to put driving lights on the bottom. That'll be pretty straightforward. I still have to do the grill. And then the other issue I've got is the tires that came with the kit. See in the picture, I used these to kind of mock up the wheel wells, but then these are the other wheels and tires that come with it. So I've been looking, I went to Colts 3D, I went to Shapeways, and really that doesn't work. You know, it's just too small of a tire to fit the wheel well. I need something that's going to fill it out. Now in the video, it looks like he has Anson Sprint slot mags on the car. I think that's what it is. I saw one that might work, but I didn't like the way the rim was set up. The front part of it looked good, and then I go to, I really want it to be exact. Maybe, maybe not, but I went over to my local hobby shop today during lunch, and I saw in the remote car section, 1/10 and 1/12 scales, I saw some tires around that might work, but I'm gonna have to take measurements and see how far out they go into wheel well, because I want them to be as far out to the wheel well as I can to mimic what was in the video. So that's that second item. And the third item that I'm having an issue with are side pipes. Now, the side pipes that come with the kit are just straight. They come from the headers to collector and then out to the side. I'm thinking I might have to use some soft solder to create my own pipes, and then one long tube, and then the exit one. I don't know. I'm thinking that might take some time, but I've seen other people use soft solder, so I'm probably going to head over to Menards, check that out, and go from there. But those are the three items I'm kind of stuck with. I need to find a good looking carburetor for that. I need to get side pipes, and I need to find tires and rims that will fit this. So until I find those, I'll do whatever else I can on the kit while I'm working on some other ones. But I just wanted to show you what the progress was on this one. So again, this is Dennis Hopper's 67 Corvette from the movie King of the Mountain. And I just think it's really cool. I think so far it's turning out really good. The engine I am going to try and detail as best I can with throttle linkages, fuel line, you name it. I mean, it's not going to be 100% dead nuts accurate, but you know what? It's a good homage to the car. It's something that I've wanted to do for a long time, and well, I hope you like it. I do. So I wanted to show you another Corvette, much smaller scale, but it's one I've wanted for years and have not been able to get a hold of until now. Every time I saw it come up on eBay, I would try and watch it until the very end and see how they would sell, how much it would sell for. A couple of times I bid, but nearly every single time an unbuilt kit, mint in the package, unsealed or sealed package, was going for well over $100. Unsealed, where you could see the parts, they were going for around $100 or more. Built ones were going for anywhere from $70 and above, depending on the build level. And then this one came about. So I watched it, and at the last second, I bid on it, and I won. So I got this as a reasonable price, and again, this is one of my holy grail kits. I've wanted one of these forever, and I've just stared at it for the past couple of days when I'm working on the other Corvette, because I'm basically over the moon for this kit. And there it is. The Tom Daniels, from when you look at the box art, personal ride back in the 70s. This is the California Street Vet, You know, just a regular old 350 engine in there, and it's not wired or plumbed. And this honestly looks like somebody's built from back in the 70s that just got built, displayed for a while, and then put in a box and stored away in a closet or an attic for years. It's missing a few things, like in the very front, one of the plastic pieces broke off, and I think I could fix that easily enough. In the back, there's a full-length tail lamp panel. Probably detail that out if I wanted to. The slot rims, they look a lot like what I'm trying to find for the big scale Vette for King of the Mountain. And then it's missing the side mirrors and the windshield. Now, I've got a couple of parts box Corvettes from the same era. The windshield may very well fit from one of them, and even the side mirrors. But I might not do anything to this. I might just let this sit on the shelf as an inspiration while I'm building other kits, because this was one I wanted for years, and I figured if I got one that was new in the box, I could build it, but really I was kind of hoping to find a built one, and now I got it. So if there's ever a kit that you're looking for, just keep at it. You'll eventually find it. I'm still trying to find a 1970 Pontiac GTO, because I've got a build that I want to do for that. I mean, if I just had the body, the interior, and the chassis, that's all I need, because I've got everything else I need for what I want to do for that kit. But yeah, 70 GTO, if I could find one of them. There's one from MPC. They're always going for like $100 every time, and I've never seen one built or glue bomb or anything like that that's gone for less than 50. So I'm just going to keep looking. In the meantime, I've got a lot of models that I can build on. This one, like I said, I'll probably set off to the side like I do with some of my other models and use it as an inspiration while I'm building it. It's a cool thing. I look at it, and every time I look at it, I'm smiling, because I go, I finally got this kit. Hopefully you've got a kit of your own that's been kind of like your holy grail that you finally got and that you built, or even if you just set it up on the shelf and just stare at the box. You know what I'm talking about. Hopefully you got the same feeling. But with that, I'm going to go on ahead and get this video posted. Tomorrow I'm going to go back to my local hobby shop, check out those RC tires and rims and see if they'll fit the Corvette, and if they do, I'll go from there. And then if you've got any idea where I can find a carburetor, or maybe even 1/8 scale side pipes, or heck, even 1/8 scale, sorry, 1/16, it's not 1/16, 1/12 scale. So let's try that again. If you know of anybody or anywhere I can look for a good carburetor for this big Corvette, same thing with the tires and rims and even the side pipes, let me know. I mean, I'm looking for anybody through Cults 3D. I was looking at Shapeways. I only saw one item. A lot of stuff that's out there is 1/24th, 1/25th. The 1/12 scale stuff that I was looking at a lot of were more drag race related, race car related, and it just wasn't for the Corvette or even for a Camaro or anything like that. So I mean, I'm open to some suggestions, because those items I would like to get for that car and get that thing built the way I want to, and then get it displayed. So with that, I'm going to go on ahead and let's go for the night. Hope you have a great weekend, and we will catch you in the next video.